Hey, what's up, VC? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. I just wanted to do a quick video. I got a little VCLT in from Scott Waters, and also got a record that I bought from a member of the VC, and I wanted to give him a quick shout out as well. So, first up, I want to thank Eric Dust. He posted on the VC buy and sell page. Black Label Society, Sonic Brew on vinyl. Big fan of Black Label Society and just Zakk Wylde in general. There's pretty much nothing that he hasn't touched that I haven't been a fan of. So when I saw this pop up, I jumped all over it. It got here. It's in excellent condition. Pretty much a mint pressing, double LP. I got into them kind of by accident, actually. I was in Japan at the time dating my wife, so this had to be about 99, maybe early 2000, and we were in a town called Shi-Yokohama, which translated in Japanese basically means before Yokohama. But there was an HMV there, and we just happened to pop in, and I think it was Alcohol Fueled Insanity, Alcohol Fueled Brutality, whatever the live album was that came out. I think it was, they had two full lengths, which was this and their first album, or this and one other Black Label Society, and then the live album. They didn't have anything else at that point. And I was checking it out because I was drawn to the cover, you know, the artwork. I didn't know it was Zakk Wylde at that point. And then as soon as I saw it was Zakk Wylde, I bought all three of the albums without giving it any additional thought. Not sure that it was going to be metal or not. You know, he did Pride and Glory, which is a lot bluesier, and I love that album as well. So I wasn't sure what to expect. I really dug it, and I've bought every single album that he's put out since then. Actually, with the exception of the new one, I haven't picked that one up yet. But that one is that's one of those albums that I have in my hand all the time at the record stores, and for some reason I'll run across something that I want a little bit more, and I'll grab that. But eventually I'll get that one as well. So again, thanks. I will put a link to Eric's Facebook page below. He hasn't been in the VC for long. He's only done a few videos, but definitely check him out. Definitely subscribe. Again, thanks, Eric. Next up, a little VCLT from Scott. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened. I love coming home and seeing 4 packages on the door. And I'll show in some my regular video updates what else came in. But let's see. Oh, very cool. What is this? Sacrament Presumed Dead. Oh, this must be their EP. 1989. Very cool. He sent me the Sacrament's 2 main CDs last month, and man, I've just played the heck out of them, especially this bad boy right there. I actually did a review for this on my other on Harmless Rebel Reviews, so if you haven't checked out this album, definitely check it out. But if you want to hear a little bit about my thoughts on this, go ahead and check that out. Again, that's Harmless Rebel Reviews. So this is very cool. This was redone 90, maybe it was early 2000s. Maybe it was, I want to say 2003. They did a repress of this, and it actually came with the tracks from the EP. So to have the EP here is very cool. So that's awesome. Let's see what we got going on. Nope, got the little VCLT signature boards. Need to check that one out. Oh, very cool. Oh, this is awesome. This is actually one of the few Scorpions albums that I don't have. And I like that it's this cover and not the other one. I never really cared about the other cover before. Now I have a daughter. You know, it kind of changes your perspective on things. Next up, and I think we talked about these. Oh, shit. Motley Crue. Too Fast for Love. You just can't go wrong with Motley Crue. I'm a huge Motley Crue fan. I've seen them. you know, half a dozen, maybe a dozen times. I don't know how many times I've seen them. It's been that many. The first time I saw them was the Dr. Feelgood tour, and every time they've played anywhere that I was near, I would find a way to get there. I actually just went to their farewell tour. Amazing show. It's actually the best show that they've done in years. I liked it a little bit better than Carnival of Sins. And Carnival of Sins was a great tour. Just really cool. I like the way in between songs they would do. Tommy Lee would, or no, I'm sorry, not Tommy Lee. Nikki Sixx would tell different stories about the band starting out, how they met, all that good stuff. Very cool. Very cool. I didn't get into Too Fast for Love until much later. The first album that I got from them was Theater of Pain, and the next was Shout at the Devil. That kind of led me to Shout at the Devil. Girls, 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 I didn't get till much later. I heard the first that song and didn't like it, so I didn't buy that one until probably 10 years later. It was the mid-90s when I was just filling out my the rest of the catalog. But Dr. Feelgood I loved. Decade of Decadence I loved simply for the track Primal Scream. That's actually one of my favorite Motley Crue tracks, and I wish that they would have kept with that. You know, I thought that took them to a little heavier sound, and I wish they would have kept going that direction. Unfortunately they didn't. They broke up, or Vince Neil left shortly after, and the band kind of went to crap after that with the singer that they brought in. But you know, even once they got back together, I wasn't a fan of any of the albums that they released after that. I still always go back to the old school tracks. But again, Too Fast for Love I got into much later. And, I mean, quite simply, I love it. You know, this is probably... Theater of Pain is probably my favorite, just for the simple fact that even though that's their glamest album and their least metal, in some's opinion... that was the album that got me into Motley Crue. That was my introduction, so that'll always be a favorite. And then Dr. Feelgood and Shout at the Devil are kind of a tie for second. This one's right there behind those. Just a classic album that everybody should have. This next one, Bon Jovi, 7800 Degrees Fahrenheit. I actually have the Japanese pressing, the Japanese CD of this. My wife is a huge Bon Jovi fan. We actually saw Bon Jovi in Japan at the Tokyo Dome, which was not a great experience. The band was actually great. If you're familiar with the Tokyo Dome, it's monstrous. And we were so far away that even with binoculars, the band was like this big. It was ridiculous. And the only song that I really wanted to hear him sing was Dead or Alive, and he didn't sing it. Richie Sambora did, which kind of ruined the night for me. It was still a good show, don't get me wrong. And seeing a hard rock band, well, I mean, at this point they weren't really a hard rock band anymore. But seeing them play the hard rock songs and the Japanese crowd's just dead silent, it always blows me away when you see that. But killer album. Again, I got this more for my wife. I do like the early Bon Jovi, but she's a Bon Jovi fanatic. And then this is actually cool. Defenders of the Faith. This is actually one of the few, other than the newer albums, that I'm missing. And it's funny that I'm glad he sent me this pressing because I don't have it. I actually just ordered a Japanese pressing of this. I was on eBay and just found it for, I think I won the bid at like $20 for a mint sealed Japanese pressing of Defenders of the Faith. But still very cool. I'm very happy to have this. And it's funny, he asked me a while back which ones if there was any preset I was missing. And then I mentioned this, and then of course all the newer stuff. I didn't have any of the Juggernaut or what are the ones with Ripper, which are pretty expensive. But very cool, man. I really appreciate it, Scott. I can't wait to listen to this. Hey, again, thanks, brother. Again, I know that most of, if not all of you, are subscribed to Scott. Regardless, I'll put the link down below just in case. And again, thanks again to Eric. And his is EJD. I'll put the link down below. Subscribe to both. Both great guys. Both great channels. Take care, VC.